Just wanted to start off by appreciating this beautiful skyline of Chicago here. Currently, that's where I'm at. So, to start off this little video here, it's been a little bit since I've uploaded on this channel, and I wanted to just talk over what's been going on in the past couple months and a little bit of an update. Also, if you play RuneScape, if you know what that is, feel free to add me. My username is RampageP. That's what I've been doing for the past month, I guess, grinding on RuneScape for fun. I should probably stop playing this game on my iPad while I record this video, as I'm just going to be talking about stuff. I wanted to reflect, talk about some random things. I'm in Chicago right now. I've been doing a lot of travel. There's a lot of travel going on for me currently right now. And I've had a lot of thoughts on my mind. I've had a lot of things I wanted to do. I've had a lot of thoughts about this channel, a lot of thoughts about content, a lot of thoughts about everything. So let's just ramble, because that's what I want to use. So first, about this channel. I guess I have a lot of different experiments about what I wanted to do on this channel, what kind of content I wanted to make. And it went from like finance videos in the beginning, and then I wanted to do personal vlog, like lifestyle stuff, and then now I'm kind of reverting back to this idea of just using this channel as an outlet to maybe kind of add some deeper insight as to what goes on behind the scenes of the Rampage Poker channel, and trying to find this balance, I guess, the past couple months of what I want to do with my life in terms of work, content, general personal life, happiness stuff. And I found that it's pretty hard when you just blend everything together. You know, I was posting personal vlogs of vacations and stuff like that, and it just got pretty difficult to kind of tie into like my personal life and trying to find content and get interesting content for YouTube. And yeah, I think I just want to use these as like long form rants, maybe almost like a podcast style thing, just to serve as like a, I don't know, good way for me to reflect on things. Also keep you guys, for the people who care, in the loop about what goes on behind the scenes of the Rampage Poker channel. So that's what I want to talk about, is that, because recently I made a tweet. About something about along the lines of thinking about quitting content for 3 months and just grinding online poker. And I think that's a really good subject to talk about in this video, because I haven't posted on this channel, haven't really talked about a lot, and I have a lot of thoughts between grinding poker, grinding content, my thoughts on content, my thoughts on poker. And it's just really flipped back and forth. And like the last time I probably talked on this channel, I was like really up in the air about what I wanted to do. And to a certain degree, I'm still there, but I'm definitely leaning more and more towards the poker side, the tournament side of stuff. And it's a very interesting dynamic. So essentially, poker tournaments feel really competitive. And I have been traveling a lot the past year, basically, playing a lot of tournaments, and I am now finishing up the WSOP vlogs. I've cut out a lot, but if you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you know that the WSOP did not particularly go too great for me, and that's just par for the course, unfortunately. I just ran relatively poor, but normal. You know, it's definitely not uncommon to just brick 40 bullets at a time in large field events. No matter how good you are, how soft the event is, how much better you are compared to the field, you just go on those runs, and that happens. And that's super, super normal. And your tournaments are just significantly higher variance than cash games, but they feel competitive, and they kind of fulfill this competitive juice and vibes that I'm going for when it comes to sports. And I'm just like correlating poker more and more to sports, and I just love sports because of the competitive nature of it, and that is like the pillar of life that I'm leaning towards right now. When you look at like things that will fulfill you, what your goals are, you know, there's like money, happiness, I don't know, fame, and competition. I think I'm just naming different pillars of things that, you know, poker players would kind of grab onto. And When I look at like my life in different streams of avenues that I have right now, if I wanted to just try to make the most amount of money as possible, it would probably be to play high stakes cash games. Go on Hustler. From what I've seen from my experience, like these swings are really crazy, but I think you can win a lot of money when you play like these insane 50, 100, 100, 200, 400 games. When you're playing like $100,000 deep, like you're gonna see, I played on Hustler for a full week, and I basically broke even from my entire 2-month span of playing tournaments at the WSOP, which is incredible. The total is like $100,000. I lose $100,000 in 2 months playing WSOP tournaments. I win 100,000 ish, almost 100,000 back in a week of playing Hustler cash games, and sure, small sample size, everything like that, but the opportunity is there. So if money was like my motivating factor, I would do that. If fame was my motivating factor, I would also do Hustler, I think, because the cash games just perform significantly better than these tournament things that I'm trying to go on, which will kind of lead to like my goals of content later on after I'm done rambling about this. So like, I've learned and thought about myself, and I know that I'm not really going for money. Like, of course, money's nice. It allows you to do a bunch of things, but that's not my main goal. Fame isn't my main goal. Happiness I'm actually pretty happy because I have nothing to complain about. I'm doing exactly everything I ever wanted to do. Thank you to you guys for watching the Rampage videos and the poker videos, because now I get to travel and play poker and make content. It's just like trying to dive deeper into like what makes me the most happiness. And then here's this like competitive nature of tournaments. And I'm just really, really leaning in towards this because the cool thing about tournaments is that like everyone shows up wanting to win, and everyone's doing their best, playing their best, and competing to their best abilities to hopefully win. And you know, the sad thing about cash games is that there's no real winner. People win when they like stop playing. There's no like, oh, I am the last person standing, I get the prize, I get the trophy, like that whole ordeal of like being crowned the winner, and now you're like, there's nothing else to like do or accomplish because everyone else in the tournament is gone. You're the last one standing. So I really like that aspect of it, and that's why I'm going towards the tournament route. In terms of the content route, unfortunately, like I said, no one likes watching tournament busts. I literally had like 20 videos ready to go about this WSOP, and I just scrapped them all because you bust a lot of times. I asked you guys in the beginning of the WSOP, and I was like, so you guys want to see every single bust, or do you want to see like the significant runs? And I knew from a YouTube perspective of what performs well, because that's what I care about. I know you guys who watch these like care a little bit more than the average viewer, which I appreciate. Still, like, my goal is to try to create content that performs well on YouTube. Not necessarily I do want to do what I want to do. I don't want to post what makes me the happiest, but I also want to post what performs the best in the algorithm and in the space. And you guys just don't care about, generally speaking, not you guys, but in the general sense, people don't care about watching 7 busts in one video. It's just what happens when you play tournaments. People don't want to watch it. It doesn't make you feel good. It's not really entertaining because you're just all in and lose, and then bust, and then you just rebuy, and then you go all in again, and then you lose. Like, that's just how tournaments go. So it's not really entertaining. I understand it, which leads to, like, if I wanted to, like, you know, try to be the next Brad Owen of poker YouTube, I just play Hustler live streams. Luckily, I have a relatively open invite to be able to play on that. So I just play Hustler live streams. Hustler is crushing the game right now on YouTube. Everyone loves high-stakes cash games, and if I just made Hustler videos all the time, then that's just like the recipe of I think doing really well on YouTube and doing really well on poker. But for some reason, I am instead of just living in LA, I recently just took a trip to Cherokee, North Carolina, and really wanted to grind like a $400 ring event tournament versus playing $100,000 deep in some really insane cash games. And it's like, just thinking about, like, why am I in pretty much, I am in bumfuck nowhere. That's what Cherokee, North Carolina is. It's literally bumfuck nowhere. Playing a $400 tournament to win, the first place was maybe $12,000, or I could just play $100,000 deep cash game tournament or cash game with like 12K pots flying around left and right. It's like, come on, Ethan. Like, what are we doing here? And I'm just like knee deep in the tournament grind. I'm balls deep in the tournament grind. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. So I think in terms of content this year, I'm posting a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of cool things planned, but I think moving on after next year, I want to scale back and maybe make more videos of what you guys want to see, because it's a lot of work and effort to make these videos and essentially like kind of plan out my lifestyle and life revolving around YouTube content and poker and what I want to do. So yeah, I might scale back. I might just post like really big cash game videos whenever I go to Hustler. I just got a place in LA, so that's been a recent development in my life. I have an apartment sharing it with a buddy, and I'll be in LA to be able to be more convenient and access to these Hustler live stream games to post and play on and have a good time in. And I'll post that. I'll post some deep runs of any tournaments that happen, albeit it might be pretty tough because deep runs are hard to come by in tournaments. They're hard to come by. I'm not going to spoil about my tournament results right now, but I'm getting a nice introduction as to how hard it is to win a tournament, how hard it is to run deep in a tournament. And yeah, on top of that, it's really hard to get good at poker by constantly uploading on YouTube and making content and stuff, because content does take a big toll or part of my day, which is everything what I wanted to do. But now when I'm playing these bigger buy-ins of tournaments and stuff, I just really want to get better. I want to be able to compete. There's a lot of nuanced things, infinite amount of nuanced things to learn in tournaments compared to cash games. There's a lot of different situations and scenarios to prepare for, and I'm slowly getting better. So I have a couple of good friends helping me out, luckily, on that regard. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to focus a lot on tournaments. I'm going to post every time I play a big cash game, but that's for next year in terms of content for you guys. And I'm going to be traveling a lot, I think. I'm committing to the tournament travel grind. I think it's really cool to be able to just travel everywhere. Like this year, this month, I came back I went to Florida twice this month already. It is September 12th. I'm uploading it probably the next day, September 13th. I've already been to Florida twice. I've been to Cherokee like the week before. I'm in Chicago right now for a meetup game and seeing a few friends. And I'm going to Vegas. And then I'm going to Montreal to play online GG stuff that I may or may not stream. Most likely will stream. And then I'm going to Aruba because there's a WSOP main event thing, and Aruba is always a really cool spot. And I gave away a seat there. So I'm flying everywhere, and I'm going back to Vegas because there's an infinite number of tournaments running right now. There's a WSOP online series, bracelet event that's happening that I will be playing and most likely streaming whenever I get settled back in Vegas. And that is the timetable for the next couple days. And I've been rambling for a long time. I don't know when to stop usually, but that's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of an update. I am diving deeper and deeper into tournament land, and I'm going to focus on like bigger cash game videos because when I look at what performs well on YouTube, I don't think an average 2.5 or 5.10 video will perform as better as me buying in for $100,000. It's just how that YouTube algorithm works. I know that I'm speaking to a different audience because you guys here care a lot more. You guys care about the relatability of the videos, and I'll always try to sprinkle in something more relatable whenever I have time to. But for the most part, I want to make like the best content that I possibly can, along with being the best poker player that I possibly can. And those two things could be aligned if I was more into the cash game scene, but now I'm just like deep in tournaments. So that's where I'm at. Also, I guess one last thing. I think I kind of like this being like almost like a podcast, informal style, where I get to ramble and rant about random things, because when I watch other podcasts of like creators that I watch that are on, they always talk about like other stuff like sponsorships and you're getting a kind of inside look at what's going on. So to be fully transparent, like I am at the stage, there are a handful of companies that I will not name obviously that potentially want to like sponsor me, become a brand ambassador for this and that. And within these conversations, they've asked me, one specific person asked me, like, what do I want to do in poker in the next like 5 years? Like, where do I see myself in poker? What do I want to do? What motivates me? Will I still be in poker in the next 5 years? And that was like a really interesting question, because last time I made this video or something like this, last time I uploaded, it was like a very I don't know answer. But now that I've seen Brad and Andrew have their WPT deal, that you just get to travel and play tournaments and explore new countries. Like Andrew just went to Cambodia. They're both going to Australia in like a week to play in their WPT thing. It's really cool. And the more I see like what they're doing, the more I think that's kind of what I want to do, I guess. I don't know. I really love the idea of traveling. Just seeing new cities, exploring, playing poker, making content. Like, that's the most fun I've ever had, especially doing it with a friend or two. Like, I'm here in Chicago, have a meetup game with Wolfgang, and we've been on a few trips together, and it's really fun to be able to just like explore, sightsee, along with make content freely. You know, when you get to travel with WPT, like Brad and Andrew, I assume they could just vlog whatever they want. They have free reign to be able to record, make content, and that's like a really cool experience. So that's what's going on in my life for the past couple months. Lots of travel, lots and lots of tournaments that have not worked out. Hopefully I can win one, but I will be streaming WSOP online bracelet events in a week, a couple days later this week. To whenever they're on, I will be streaming, so just let me know. I guess you will find out if you subscribe to my Rampage Poker channel. And yeah, any questions you may have, comment down below. Maybe I'll make like a ask me anything kind of question, because that's kind of what I want to do. I just want to provide some more transparency, clarity, and for the people who care more and care about like deeper insights about what goes on as some random 25-year-old and 25-year-old that is randomly figuring its way out through YouTube, poker, life, bullshit. Very new into the tournament scene, very new into being more and more of a poker player. I started this YouTube journey full content, and poker was like a means to make videos. And now all of a sudden, 3-4 years later, I have dived deeper and deeper into the poker side. Obviously still making content, but I'm spending a lot more time playing poker, spending a lot more time trying to get better. And it's been a fun journey. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Also for RuneScape, add me, RampageP. Let me know your username as well on old school RuneScape. And yeah, maybe I'll make another one. I like doing these. Oh, hit a like, subscribe. I don't know. I'll be posting here and there. Oh, I'll be going to Montreal. I got a place in Montreal. Maybe I'll make a vlog when I'm in Montreal. I don't know.